In a time of uncertainty, chaos, and global transitions, it often feels as though the reins of our lives have been handed over to forces beyond our control. The rapid pace of change, the unpredictability of events, and the mounting challenges we face in our personal and collective realities can leave us feeling powerless, overwhelmed, and disconnected. It is in these moments, when the external world seems to dictate our every move, that we must remember a profound truth. There is a sanctuary within each of us that no external force can penetrate. This sanctuary is the inner world of our thoughts and feelings. It is not merely a place of retreat, but a powerful instrument, a forge where the raw materials of experience are transformed, where our internal world can become the blueprint for reshaping our external reality. This inner landscape is more than a refuge. It is the domain of our greatest strength and our truest freedom. It holds the power to transcend circumstances, to redefine the meaning of our experiences, and to create a life that reflects the highest aspirations of our hearts. To master this inner world, however, is no small task. It requires a deliberate and ongoing commitment to live from our hearts, rooted in the frequency of love and guided by a conscious choice to self-regulate. This mastery involves a willingness to face the full spectrum of life's challenges: betrayals that shatter trust, losses that carve into our very souls, fears that grip us in moments of uncertainty, and to meet them with an open heart. To do so is not an act of weakness or passivity. It is the ultimate expression of strength, courage, and resilience. Keeping our hearts open in the face of adversity is not just a practice, it is a way of being. It is a choice we make again and again each time we are met with pain, frustration, or fear. This choice requires vigilance, for the natural tendency is to close off, to retreat into familiar patterns of protection and defense. Yet, when we resist that urge and choose instead to stay open, we align with a deeper truth: the truth of our own power to transform not only ourselves, but also the world around us. This alignment creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to find their own strength, courage, and openness. It is through this practice of inner mastery that we reclaim the reins of our lives, even amidst the chaos, and become active participants in the creation of a more compassionate and connected reality. To remain in a state of love and openness when life flows effortlessly is a natural response. When everything aligns perfectly and the world seems to conspire in our favor, it feels as though love and peace are our default states. Yet, the true measure of our growth is not found in these moments of ease, but in the crucible of adversity. It is in the midst of upheaval, despair, and uncertainty that the strength of our commitment to love is tested. When confronted with challenges that shake our sense of security or cause us to question the fairness of life, the heart demands a different kind of energy, a vigilant, conscious effort to remain open and unguarded, even when every instinct tells us to close off and retreat. This openness, however, is not a passive act. It requires intention, a deliberate choice to step beyond the pull of fear, anger, or despair. The practice of self-regulation begins with the cultivation of awareness, awareness of the thoughts that emerge unbidden, pulling us into spirals of worry or rage, awareness of the emotions that anchor us in cycles of pain and suffering, and awareness of the reactive tendencies that compel us to act out old patterns when faced with discomfort or conflict. This level of awareness demands that we become observers of our internal world, watching our thoughts and feelings with curiosity rather than judgment. By stepping into this role of observer, we create the space to pause and choose a different response. In that pause lies the power to break free from habitual reactions, to rewrite the script that often governs our behavior. This process is not always easy, especially when emotions run high or the weight of a situation feels overwhelming. Yet, with consistent practice, the conscious act of self regulation transforms into a new way of being. What begins as a deliberate effort to replace fear with love and reactivity with peace eventually becomes an automatic response, a deeply ingrained program that operates effortlessly. In this state, we no longer need to battle with our old tendencies, for the act of remaining open and loving has become our natural way of interacting with the world. Stress and fear are not merely passing emotions. They are deeply rooted biological processes that affect our entire being. When we experience these states, the body releases cortisol, a stress hormone designed to help us respond to immediate threats. While cortisol has its purpose in short bursts, prolonged exposure can wreak havoc on our systems. Chronic stress and fear disrupt the natural rhythms of our bodies, impairing immune function, increasing inflammation, and accelerating the aging process. Over time, this constant state of activation leaves us depleted, vulnerable to illness, and disconnected from the vibrant health and vitality that are our birthright. But what if this cycle of destruction could be reversed? What if, instead of perpetuating the chemistry of stress, we consciously generated a chemistry of healing? The latest research reveals something truly remarkable. Elevated emotional states such as love, joy, gratitude, and compassion have a profound impact on our physiology. These emotions are not simply feel good states, they are powerful forces that bring coherence to the body and mind. When we cultivate these elevated states, we activate regenerative processes that promote balance, order, and healing. In this state, the heart and brain synchronize, leading to improved immunity, better mental clarity, and enhanced overall health. Now imagine a world where love and joy are as infectious as stress. Picture a community where people make it a daily practice to radiate elevated emotions, not only for their own well being, but for the benefit of those around them. What might happen if compassion and gratitude became the dominant frequencies in our interactions? The answer is profound. We would witness not only individual healing, but also a collective transformation. Relationships would deepen as people connected through empathy and understanding. Environments would shift as positivity replaced negativity. Entire communities could be redefined by the power of elevated emotions, creating a ripple effect of well being that touches everyone within reach. This vision is not an idealistic dream, but a real possibility grounded in the science of human connection and emotional coherence. Each of us has the ability to contribute to this transformation by consciously choosing to generate and sustain these states of being. Together, we can create a world where the chemistry of love and gratitude replaces the destructive chemistry of stress and fear. A world where healing and wholeness become the norm, not the exception. When we rise above the limitations of our fears, doubts, and feelings of unworthiness, something extraordinary begins to happen. We unlock a gateway to infinite possibilities. These limitations are like chains, tethering us to old patterns of thought and behavior, keeping us stuck in cycles of survival and scarcity. But the moment we transcend them, we liberate ourselves from the constraints of the past. This transcendence is not just an internal shift. It is a transformative act that changes how we interact with the world and how the world responds to us. In this elevated state, we align ourselves with the quantum field, a vast, infinite realm where all potential exists. Here, we are no longer defined by what has been, but by what could be. In this state of alignment, new realities begin to unfold. We become magnets for opportunities that once seemed out of reach, attracting experiences and connections that resonate with our higher vibration. Chronic conditions, both physical and emotional, that were tied to the stress of our lower states can begin to heal as our bodies and minds move into coherence. Relationships, once strained by fear and insecurity, deepen into bonds of trust, empathy, and love. Creativity flows effortlessly, allowing us to solve problems, innovate, and envision possibilities with clarity and inspiration. It is as though the universe itself begins to conspire in our favor, orchestrating events and circumstances that support our highest good. The more we embody this state of wholeness, the more our external reality begins to reflect it. Life shifts from being a series of challenges to overcome to a canvas for creation. Instead of reacting to the world, we actively shape it. Synchronicities, those seemingly miraculous coincidences, become commonplace, affirming that we are in harmony with a greater order. Solutions to problems arise naturally, often in ways we could not have imagined. Life begins to feel less like a struggle and more like a dance, a dynamic interplay between our intentions and the infinite possibilities of the quantum field. This transition from survival mode to creation mode is a profound shift. In survival mode, we are driven by fear, scarcity, and the need to protect ourselves. In creation mode, we are inspired by love, abundance, and the desire to express our true selves. The more we live in this elevated state, the more life reveals its magic, opening doors to new dimensions of experience and expanding our understanding of what is truly possible. This is not just a theoretical concept. It is a lived reality available to anyone willing to transcend their limitations and embrace the boundless potential of the quantum field. When you transform your inner world, you don't just change your own experience of life. You become a living testament to the potential for transformation in others. This shift radiates outward in ways that are both visible and unseen. In our three-dimensional reality, the change in you is noticed through the subtle yet profound power of mirror neurons. These specialized cells in the brain allow people to observe and unconsciously emulate behaviors, emotions, and intentions. When someone witnesses you responding to life's challenges with grace, calm, and love, it disrupts their expectations and plants a seed of possibility. Your behavior silently communicates there is another way to live, and that silent message grants others permission to explore and embody that same truth. However, the reach of your transformation extends far beyond what the eyes can see or the brain can process. Science has revealed that elevated emotions such as love, compassion, and gratitude create measurable effects, not only within the person generating these emotions, but also in those who are on the receiving end of this energy. When you consciously cultivate and direct these elevated states toward others, you create a profound coherence between your autonomic nervous system and theirs. This is not just a metaphorical connection. It is a tangible synchronization, a form of heart to heart communication that transcends physical boundaries. Whether the recipient is near or far, the energy of your intention travels across space and time, creating a ripple effect of harmony and balance in their system. This ability to influence others energetically is a powerful reminder of how interconnected we are. Each act of self mastery contributes not only to your own growth, but to the collective evolution of humanity. By elevating your inner state, you are contributing to the invisible yet undeniable transformation of the whole. You are adding your frequency to a greater field of coherence, a field that others can tap into consciously or unconsciously. In this way, your personal journey becomes a catalyst for collective awakening. As more people embrace this inner transformation, the ripples begin to converge, forming waves of change that impact communities, cultures, and ultimately the world. This is how individual transformation becomes the foundation for collective evolution. One heart, one mind, one act of love at a time. In mastering your inner world, you are not just transforming yourself. You are participating in the creation of a new reality for humanity. Your journey inspires others to believe in their own potential, and together, These individual transformations weave a tapestry of healing, connection, and unity that uplifts everyone. The idea that a rising tide lifts all boats is far more than a poetic metaphor. It is a profound universal truth that reveals the interconnectedness of our lives and the impact of our choices. Every moment in which you choose love over fear, harmony over chaos, or courage over doubt, you initiate a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate awareness. These ripples, though subtle at first, have the potential to merge with those created by others, forming waves of transformation that rewrite the story of our shared reality. This process illustrates how individual acts of elevation contribute to collective evolution. Each choice you make to align with elevated emotions such as compassion, gratitude, and joy reinforces the energy of coherence within you and in those around you. These choices are not isolated, they are threads woven into the fabric of the collective consciousness. When you consistently embody these states of being, you become a beacon of light, illuminating the path for others who may be seeking their own way out of fear and chaos. This is how small personal acts can have a profound global impact. They inspire others to recognize their own potential for change, creating a ripple effect that amplifies the energy of love and connection across communities, cultures, and borders. This is the power you hold, the ability to be part of a rising tide of transformation. It begins within, with the practice of inner mastery, by intentionally cultivating elevated states of being. You not only heal and transform your own life, but also contribute to the healing and awakening of those around you. Your efforts, no matter how small they may seem, are part of a larger wave of change that has the potential to reshape the world. As more of us commit to this practice, the ripples grow stronger, the waves become more profound, and the tide begins to turn. Together, we are not just imagining a better world. We are not just imagining a better world. We are actively creating it. This new reality, rooted in love, connection, and infinite possibility, becomes the fertile ground for innovation, compassion, and unity. It is a world where the potential for greatness lies not in the hands of a few, but in the hearts of many, each contributing their unique frequency to the whole. In this rising tide, we lift not only ourselves, but also each other. The transformation of the inner world becomes the catalyst for the evolution of the outer world. This is the ultimate testament to our shared humanity and the boundless potential we carry within us. Together, we are the rising tide that will lift all boats, creating a world where love and coherence are the foundation for infinite possibilities.